For the murder of the wounded, looting, cannibalism, you are hereby sentenced to death by hanging. Or torment.
Don't meddle. Take the reward and let's go.
Help me!
Knew you witches wouldn't scorn imperial gold. Tough hunt.
Tougher than yours, that's certain. Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference.
Can't fit me!
Bring her down. Do it my way. You like that, you bitch? Get the hammer. Kick her teeth in.
The degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all.
Just make it quick, Geralt.
What the?
Close your eyes.
Hit him. What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
Plague. People die, and deaths beget other deaths. When a curse is the culprit, usually the disease spread until there is none left to kill, but a witcher can put down such things and restore order. The race are banished, the witcher and his companions are victorious, but the squeal of an old woman, Auntie Wyla, is clear upon the wind that whips across the lake. It was a storm threatened to unleash an angry retribution down upon everyone below, and as the skies changed from blue to gray, everyone knew something was amiss.
Now, can we see Auntie Wyla?
Yeah, one second. With the bodies of the three young women at your feet, and the squeal, "My daughters, my children," from afar, echoing through the valley and over the water as the wind whips into the area. You see an old crone, not far, 100 yards perhaps, maybe closer, on the edge of the lake. A gnarled branch in her hand, which she leans on heavily. Her pale white hair, almost translucent, shimmering from the only bit of sun that is crawling through the heavy clouds above. She does not approach, she does not say more. Her head is bowed. You cannot see her eyes. It is almost as she is waiting for you to speak, to approach, to act. Good.
Ari's going to want to start heading around the bank towards her to kind of, in a comforting way, not in a confrontational. Why let you pictures? They weren't really there.
You cut out just a little bit. What was that?
Oh. I said that, Wyla, your daughters, they weren't really all there. They were changed.
Wyla does not raise her head or respond as of yet. How close are you to her?
I guess she's making her way over there. But I would assume close enough to speak in a manner that's not yelling.
Yep. Okay.
Devnet says, "Careful, Irie. She knew what she was sending us toward."
Yeah, Service kind of steps forward with him. Hey, Wyla, what exactly is going on? This doesn't make any sense.
Devnet's not aiming her bow at Wyla, but she's definitely kind of got it ready at her side.
Wyla, did you know what your daughters were?
Slowly, her head rises, looking at Worry. Yes, I knew. They needed a witch's touch to let them rest, but still, seeing them like this... She waves one gnarled hand to the bodies. It is hard for a mother to see such things and not lament the past.
I can't imagine what you're going through, but we can help you bury them.
Yes, I have their resting places already prepared. She takes her gnarled stick and pushes it across the dirt, the water reaching up and splashing against the butt of the stick as she looks down again, forlorn.
Dryden makes his way through the water and to the shore again and starts making his way towards Irie, his silver sword still drawn in his hand. He's kind of just walking, steps up onto the ground, his wet boots getting grass stuck to them as he makes his way towards her, the whole time keeping his eyes on Aunt Wyla. He reaches over to Irie and puts a hand on her shoulder. You would better step back now. There is no telling what she is capable of.
She's a mother in mourning.
Yes, and they were daughters. And those daughters were attempting to kill us. There is no telling what her mother can do.
She sent us here to kill her daughters. She knew exactly what we were doing.
Or she sent us here to feed her daughters. You don't know what her motivations were.
Well, neither do you.
You know what I think? I think if she wanted to, she could have just stopped us while we were fighting. She could have stepped in, she could have done something. She didn't. She's here. She hasn't attacked us. She's talking. I say we give her that. She got us here in first place, after all.
And Raiden just goes ahead and he doesn't make a move towards Aunt Wyla, but he does keep an eye on her. And he has himself kind of tensed and prepared.
Yes. Well, I mean you no harm. You could not be him. But if you fear me, I do not blame you. This is a odd thing, and I was not totally truthful, I suppose. But yes,
My daughters were the vengeful, the wraiths of this world, cursed. Cursed as I have cursed those below.
You've cursed people.
Yes,
Who have you cursed?
I've cursed.
I think we already know.
Her head turns to Zavis.
Yes, those that harbor the man, or the lion, his mane thick, his temper horrible.
She looks down again.
Did that make sense to anybody else?
Zeph is going to kind of try and recall anyone from the caravan that would kind of fit that kind of
Nah.
aspect. Yeah.
If I remember what she was telling us before, this had more to do with the town. We just happened to get caught up in this whole mess. Is that right, Auntie?
The town. Yes. Erien. A bunch of fools. Short-sighted. My daughters, they wish to leave this place, leave while aside in my teachings to be with others. Find husbands, find a profession. And they went there. I know not what happened, but they each fled, scarred and brutalized. Their minds were warped. They each died from their torment, and they took solace here, and I made this place theirs, and I brought what fury I could against that place that did this to them. But I was mistaken to allow them in their wretched forms, but
Many now that are suffering that had nothing to do with that, I'm sure. Some that weren't even born at the time. Tell us more about this. Do you know anything more about who specifically harmed your daughters?
Her head slowly turns back and forth.
no. The lion, they called him, with a mane like a lion and a carving into his flesh. I do not know, but this curse of the Red Withering.
And she turns to Ori.
Yes,
With-
dear.
Well, I was going to ask, with Ari's travels with the caravan, would she have seen anybody fitting a description like?
No, you've never seen anybody fitting this description.
Okay. This Loyan, is he still around?
I do not know. The plague still ravages, does it? Then he is still alive. Until he is in the grave, it shall be so. There is nothing I can do now. But if you find him and end his life, then this curse will pass.
Aunt Twyla, you've been somewhat forward with us, but you did say that handling what ended up being your daughters would end the plague, and now you're saying we've got to kill another man. Is that the truth?
Yes, this is part of ending the plague. They could not remain as they were.
Will the cure that Irie can fashion, will it be efficacious now, or will that not work either?
The man must die. It is the only way.
For fuck's sake.
Does she have some laundry she wants us to do?
I don't know. Sounds like it's a list, though, isn't it?
Does indeed.
Well, I've got a stake in this. I've got the Red Withering, so I've
Well,
got to do.
as do I.
Aye, we don't have much choice but to do it, do we? Want to find this fella?
I certainly don't
Davis.
want to die.
Aye. Those kind of turns to Dryden. Luckily, we have just the fella.
And Dryden takes his sword and sheathes it across his back. He looks at the old woman and kind of grimaces at her, somewhat disgusted. And he looks back at the three of you. Well, if it is this lion that we are to kill, then let us be off and look for him. It should be easy enough to track a beast. We will kill him, and then he looks back over at the old woman. Pass after his death. I would be coming for you, old woman, for sending us on this journey of murder for no reason.
There's a reason to it. Don't get too hasty.
I'm not certain this is... I mean, what do they call it? I think this might be a metaphor. Is that the right word? A metaphor, lion?
Well, I mean, big weight, but it'll do. That's fine, don't worry about it. But hey, it's not an actual lion, I presume.
Well, it seems
I mean,
like
if we
he
actually
looks-
meet a man that is a lion, that would be quite something, but I do think we will.
I suppose that we'll find him somewhere in the village. Is that right, Aunt Wyla?
Certainly hope so.
Aye, Ryan, the village.
And he has to be someone who's been there for a while.
I imagine someone who looks like a lion is pretty easy to swim.
Maybe it's
Pretty notable.
long hair or something.
Well, we'll figure it out.
We always do.
Worried. Aye. But now, the old lady has us by the bollocks, so we best get a move on.
I'm feeling a
Take
bit
it step by
puny,
step.
but we got to head back.
Aye, step by step. That's the way.
Dryden walks forward, and as he gets closer to Aunt Wyla, he grabs his chest and he looks down at her. I know what you are, old woman. Do not mistake this. I will come back for you, especially if what you say is not true. You will not get away with this.
I did not know witchers killed those that could weave magic. Is that a new thing that you do?
A witcher will kill someone who misleads him. This witcher will kill someone who misleads him.
Alright, Bloodthirsty, let's go find a lion then.
Aye, aye. Don't worry, Dryden. That'll be alright.
Do not underestimate the lion. Even this one,
and she nods to Dryden.
may find his skills put to the test.
Great.
You know something that regard then? Some sort of warrior?
I do not know. But do not take it lightly. I wish his death more than anything. And if the Red Withering continues, then he is alive.
And I suppose since he hasn't got him yet, that means he likely hadn't gotten it. So
Old woman, where did you last know him to be?
He's in the town. I have never seen the man. Only what my daughters have told me. And they
Sounds
are...
like-
You're good.
Oh, were they raving about a lion then?
The lion defiled them, that is what they had said. They were half mad, though, when they returned to me, skin and bones, not the beauties. Not the beauties I had raised. Go now, I cannot speak of this any longer.
I will find him. Leave that with.
All right, let's be off. I think we're wasting time here.
Dryden's already several steps away. He had already started walking away back the way they came.
Ari's going to notice this and then turn and follow after.
Well, on the way back, DevNet's going to think about all the things that this lion could mean. Someone who... Do you think it might be someone who... Maybe he resembles a lion, or maybe there was something that looked like a lion in the vicinity of the girls that stuck in their minds.
Didn't she say that there was some sort of marking?
Something on his body. Scarred, perhaps.
Oh.
I don't know if that is
An Incan, maybe.
Oh, perhaps, hey. That could be it.
Well, let's just have the whole town strut naked.
If only I could do that more often. It'd be a good thing.
I've seen you do it before.
Aye,
No.
It's not easy to get him to catch on, though, is it? Aye. Something about this ain't good. Tell you that now.
I'm getting tired of this. I hope that this really is the end.
Aye. Damn old fool woman. But revenge gets the best of us, though, I suppose. You hear that, Dryden? You'd best be careful.
And Dryden, as he's walking up ahead, just kind of looks back over his shoulder. I'll be careful. I'll be sure to be careful. I will carefully place my blade between his ribs. Push it in until he is dead and the scourge is gone. Then I can be on my way again.
Very good, aye?
Your path back is slow. DevNet and Ori are feeling less than 100% certainly. Feel weakened, slow, tired. It takes you almost a full day to get back to the road and then Erien. The small town, which is not far away from the caravan. One of 3 or 4 towns that had been visiting. But this one was certainly the one that the old lady had called out. From a distance you see it through groves of trees, small village living. People walk to and fro. You hear the coughs. You hear the murmured voices. As you approach from the road to the east. And this is a map of the town. And we can visit it as often as you need to see it. You're coming in between 5 and 6, so that's where I'm going to put you in the town square. 1 second.
Yeah, Zavis has his hood up Just be careful here. This is no good. Townsfolk realise what we're from, or your condition. He looks diary and definite. I don't think they'll be happy.
Agreed.
Not known for it, though.
Alright, well, you better have a convincing story if they ask us if we're from the caravan.
You're a winning smile. That usually does it.
I'm not sure what usually works is what's going to work this time, but we can hope.
Well, I'm certainly capable of just saying I'm a traveling doctor.
Aye. Just be careful. You never know.
You're approaching the town now and walking in between two buildings. You see some people in the square milling about. You see that one woman is dragged outside a building and tossed onto a cart. She was surely dead.
Oh, that's a sad thing.
Dryden just continues walking into the town, his hood up, his sword sheathed, his cloak closed, and he's just slowly but steadily just making his way into the town there.
Oiri might...
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was going to suggest that maybe we look in on the family of that woman. If anyone else in the family is sick, it might be something to open the conversation.
That's a good idea. Would Irie be able to tell if man has any Red Withering afflictions?
Not from this far. I mean, there's some people that clearly appear sick. But you need to actually inspect them closely to know for sure.
Okay, that's what Irie's going to do. She's gonna walk into town and approach the cart.
Okay. Everybody's going with her, I'm guessing? Yeah.
Yeah, Jarvis is kind of like behind a little bit. Yeah, got a bad feeling about this.
As they make their way over towards that cart, Dryden walks in and immediately sees a person to his right and walks over there.
As Ori and the rest are heading over to the cart, Dryden turns and moves to a man and a woman talking.
And he stops in front of them and just kind of stands there, looks at the man. Who is in charge in this town?
The man turns and looks over you. He frowns, and then for a moment, "Oh, it's a witcher. Oh, it's a witcher." And he begins to backpedal very quickly.
And I reach out and I grab him by the collar.
"Help! Help me! It's a killer! It's a witcher! Help me!" And this lady runs off. This guy goes back inside. And everybody in the square begins to flee.
Irie kind of just draws a hand down her face in exasperation and looks over at Dryden. What exactly are you trying to do?
And ignoring her, he just continues to ask the same question. Who is in charge in this town?
Help me! Help me! And after a few moments, 3 very heavily armed men begin to rush towards Dryden. "Unhand him! What are you doing?" It's a witcher,
Whoa.
one says to the other.
Irie kind of convenes or intervenes and holds out her hands. This witcher is my bodyguard.
Well, tell him to unhand that man.
He's not entirely social, but he's just trying to figure out who's in charge here.
And Drayden, seeing the guards approach, lets the man go, kind of gives him not a push, but just kind of lets him go as he's pulling him. He kind of stumbles backwards. Then he looks over at the guards. Very good. Someone who looks official. I need to know who is in charge in this town.
The one in the middle steps forward, looks over at Ori, to Devnet, cranes his head to try to see Zavis. Are you trying to hide back there, or...?
Yeah, he's kind of keeping out of sight of it. He's down near a bush, cloaked over, so he's...
He's watering a bush.
Yeah, practically. But yeah, he's kind of out of sight and out of his mind as much as he can be. So.
Yeah, it's...
Just like a cloaked short figure, I guess, off to the side. Just
This
leaning
is-
against the house.
This is the famous Dr. Irie Egal. She's here to help your town. She heard of your affliction and in her great charity has deigned to honor you with her presence. We need to talk to your leader and find out how many sick and who's the most important to treat first.
Go ahead and give me a deceit roll. That should be an intelligence, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah, Zavis is usually the guy who does this for you.
Yeah, but he's over in the bushes.
he's over by the bushes. Yeah, he was curious. He's kind of fed up with the whole, like, everything is going to die anyway, so it's like, fuck.
Okay, so it's not, I went to skills int and I don't see it there.
Let me see, it might be empathy.
Yeah, I think it's empathy.
Yeah, I
It's
think
empathy.
pretty sure it's empathy, yeah.
Which is better because I'm so empathetic. Here we go.
Yeah.
Not too bad for her.
The guard looks between everyone. Is that so? Well, we do need a doctor. He turns to Dryden again. Let's tell this one to go on handing people. Don't want him to hurt anyone, and certainly this freak scares everyone in town.
Oh, it's true. But his aggressive nature comes in handy on the road. We have to protect the doctor. She is an asset to the entire kingdom.
Yes, aye. If she can cure the Red Withering, then you'd be right.
Well, let's not waste any more time. Take us where we need to be.
The manor house outside of town. Lord Gustav Ettison. He is the lord of these lands.
Zavis kind of steps forward from the brush. Oh, hey, the noble with the lion crest, eh?
The Lion Crest. He appears
Hey,
to
that's
be.
what I heard.
I know no Lion Crest.
Must be getting him mixed up with someone else.
I suppose the wrong story then.
Well, point us in the right direction then.
I'll take you, one of the guards says. Follow me then. If the Lord dispatches you from his presence, I want to know. No words. He is a proper and noble lord. Certainly will not wish to barter with witches and dwarves.
A witch? The famous Dr. Irie Egal, a witch?
The
I
Witcher.
think he said.
Yeah, he said
Oh, a witcher.
Yeah. He looks
She
like he would.
misunderstood.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It looks like he would spit if he didn't have a helmet on, but then he kind of moves past all of you and kind of starts walking. Follow me.
Drayden immediately just starts following him without saying anything.
So as you can tell, 7 is where you're going, based in the town map. So that's the manor house. And I'll take you there now. And that's dark, one sec.
Ooh.
You walk to this manor house. It's getting late. It's late evening at this point. You see the lights aflame from inside and 2 pillars in front. It looks like a rather ominous place. There's 2 townfolk outside pulling weeds. I'm so tired, Broomhilda. I think I could just roll over and die.
No. We must keep going. The master will be...
And then they silence as the guard's armor clinks and clanks. This way, the guard says, pointing up to the stairs.
Is it just the one guard?
Yes.
And is he stopping here and letting us move forward, or is he entering with us?
He looks like he's going to walk with you. He kind of steps
Okay.
to the side, but...
So, and Devnit softens up her tone a bit. What's the Lord like?
He is a noble and fine man.
Oh, no doubt.
And do good for the likes of you, certainly.
Well, we're here to help. We're not here to be any nuisance. If you wouldn't like our help, if you'd like to keep the Red Withering, we'll just go on.
That's certain. A noble and fine lord certainly will care about the welfare of his people.
Yes, I simply... He gives Dryden and then Zavis a look. Come on, then. Don't know what you're waiting for talking to me.
Yeah, Sevis has been lagging behind kind of the whole way, enough to give like a few yards of distance. And so he kind of keeps that relative pace up, kind of waiting for the moment that the guard kind of follows along with them, or does he kind of wait for Zavis in particular?
Now, as everyone makes their to start to head forward towards the manor, he begins to walk. He's not worried about people lagging behind.
Yeah, Zavis kind of once the others continue on and slips to the side a bit towards the townfolk. Hey fella, you sound like you're having a rough day.
You're a dwarf. Yes, I feel poorly.
Well, that's no good. You have a tavern around here, though, eh? Perhaps a few drinks would lighten you up a bit.
Oh no,
Yes.
sir, I can't drink. And he turns and just vomits next to him. You see it. It's full of blood.
Yeah. As Evis kind of takes a step to the side from it. Well, that's no good. He kind of looks to the woman. You think he's going to be alright? He had the withering.
Is any with the withering going to be fine? We're all going to die. He's going to
Maybe
die.
not. Maybe not if we succeed.
What are you
Say, there's
talking
a few-
about?
Oddest thing, met a witch in the woods. Hey, told me strange stories. A few crowns in it if anyone might have some information. Perhaps get some medicine.
Information about what?
You ever heard about some lion in these parts? Someone bearing some sort of scar on him?
A lion?
Hey,
No.
or anyone with a notable scar?
I know of no scar. Men have scars from battle. Men have scars from all sorts of manner of horrors in this world. The lion? She looks completely perplexed.
All around here with a large mane of hair, then, take it.
Please, just leave us be. And the guard says, "What are you doing back there? Leave those two alone."
Oh,
Dwarf.
aye, your fellow here seems to be doing pretty bad, though. May want to check that out. And he kind of catches up with the rest.
You find anything out, Sab?
Aye, they don't know nothing. Something's wrong about that. Doesn't make any sense. Whatever it is, it's kept well secret if that's the case. That or they genuinely don't know about it.
If this is a
Maybe-
fool's errand, I might just let Dryden do whatever he wants.
Maybe we should be asking about the girls instead of the lion might. Maybe working in that direction will get us more information.
Perhaps, but you also risk getting the ire of whoever it was behind that.
It's true.
Which I suppose may be the goal, but better safe than sorry until we know the situation as best we can.
And as they continue talking to each other back there, Dryden looks back over his shoulder and gives a frustrated look as they're all babbling back there.
We're coming! Come on then, before he kills us with those dagger stares.
That's fine, that's fine.
The guard pushes the door open, and you are... Whoops.
Run!
Wrong button. You are left in a foyer. Wait here. Don't move. And he
Yes, sir.
traipses off into the manor house. You hear, he turns to the left there and goes somewhere around the corner, and you hear mumbles.
You're the famous Dr. Erien. I don't think you need to be taking no guff from him.
It's a little out of my comfort zone, I suppose.
I was gonna ask, does it sound like there's many other people in the building? Does it sound like it's fairly busy, or?
No, not really. You just hear the voices around the corner. You don't hear anything else. It's almost, you hear creaks and kind of strangely empty.
I take it, there's like, kind of like the imagery, like, doorways off to the side and such, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Zavis kind of looks off to the side a bit, down a couple of these halls without walking anywhere, really.
Yeah, it all looks fairly standard. It looks like it once was a immaculate place, but these days is in slightly ill repair, certainly. Kind of as you're looking around, you don't have much time to do much. You don't see anything of particular interest. And then this fellow walks around the corner.
Why, a doctor here? I am Lord Gustav Edison. Just call me Gustav.
He looks between the two women.
I'll indicate with my head toward Oidery.
I'm the doctor.
He extends a hand.
Well, it is wonderful to make your acquaintance, my dear. Wonderful, just wonderful.
Irie takes his hand and gives it a nice little shake.
Oh,
It's-
when you give his hand, he turns it and kisses the top of it and bows slightly.
Well, aren't you a charmer?
Well, my father, he would never have allowed me to introduce myself in any other way to such a fine lady. He kind of gives the rest of you a look. And your friends as well. Welcome to my home.
Well, thank you
When he
for the
says
warm
that,
welcome.
Dryden pulls the hood off of his head and just looks around the room, kind of barely paying attention.
We're here about the Red Withering. We'd like to help in curing that. In the
Well, that would be wonderful. I assumed that you would be here for that if you're a doctor and traveling so close. It is a wonderful thing that you would come to our village to help us in such a awful time. It has been quite horrid.
From what I see, it's an affliction throughout a major part of this land.
It does appear so. I didn't even know it was happening until, well, only a few days ago. Some of my servants had come down with it and, oh, it is terrible for them.
So you're saying that you've only had this illness spreading around here for a few days?
Oh yes, just a few days. Could have come with those carnies or perhaps another village. I'm not quite sure. The people certainly tend to blame those caravan. That caravan, you know, it has been in town a few weeks and, well, here comes the sickness. Huh. You know how those types are.
Oh, do I? So, we're actually, one of the, or another reason why we're here is because we heard of a man who could also help us in this endeavor. We don't have a name for him, though. We only have a description. He's kind of a fella that looks a little intimidating, kind of lionish, with, you know, his hair is very long. And it gives him the appearance of a mane. I guess that's where he gets the name, the Lion. Have you heard of anybody like this?
A lion? I've not heard of a lion, I'm sorry, but the fiercest man in town is certainly the sheriff. Good.
Sorry, yeah, Zevis is gonna be like watching his reactions to like any of these descriptions like very carefully.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a empathy human perception roll.
Ooh.
Nice.
The sheriff, he is the fiercest man in town, certainly. Sheriff Alton is his name.
Alton, alright. We'll go and, see if he matches the description. If he knows who this man is. Supposedly he can help us completely rid this land of the Red Withering.
Oh, that is strange. I know everyone in town, and there's no one have been able to do anything about it. Even, well, the priestess of Meletele. They called upon her blessings, and I suppose she has not returned their call and given us anything.
Oh, you're wrong. They brought you the doctor.
That was what I was about to say, lass. He smiles. Perhaps she has worked in a wonderful way.
Perhaps so. Where is the, Temple of Meletele here?
Oh, it's in town. It's an old building. It's the oldest building in town by far.
So pretty easy to spot.
Oh yes, you can't miss it. You can't miss anything in town. We're a small place.
Alright, then, I suppose with your blessing, we can go about my business. These are my my bodyguards, essentially. So they would need the blessing as well.
Oh, yes, certainly. However, my man did say that your man, and he nods to Dryden, roughed up one of my people.
Before he even finishes, Dryden looks over at him. I was only asking a question. He wanted to run before my question was not done being asked. I stopped him from running so that I could finish my question to him. Did not rough him up. Did not hurt the man. He was frightened. And he ran. That was it. So do not use these disparaging words against me. I roughed up this man. That is a lie. And he looks over at the guard. As you are a liar too.
Oh, I think it was just a misunderstanding. Our Dryden has a direct way about him, and his fierce demeanor can give people the wrong impression. Believe he'd never waste his time on roughing up a common person. He saves his strength for true monsters.
Yes, well, I have heard much about witches, and it appears they are not unfounded. But you are welcome in my town, so long as you do not harshly question anyone. I hope you find your friend, and with his or her help, I suppose, you can end this Red Withering. I do fear it will come to my halls, and I would very much not like to catch it, if you know what I mean.
Well, we'll try our best to get it cleared up as soon as possible, and not rough up your citizens.
Yes, I would most definitely appreciate that.
You seem like a fair enough fellow, so I'll be quite clear with you. If you're looking to night get, you may want to avoid the fellas you got working out front. They a bit loose with their guts at the moment, if you will.
Oh my. I'll have my guards remove them at once. I can't have them around my estate.
You may want to have someone mop that up as well.
Oh, foul. I will be staying in here.
A good idea.
Well, I've got much to do, and so I should be getting to finding this lion and checking around, seeing how I can help your people.
Yes, that would be wonderful if, once you find this lion, perhaps you could come here and make sure that I'm alright, and maybe have a spot of tea with me or something. I'm growing nervous, I have to say. So you find this man, and yes,
Absolutely. I'd love some tea with you, Gustav.
Wonderful. I've not met any famous doctors before. And, he wrings his hands together. Anyway, good day to you, or good eve, I mean.
Have a good evening.
Dryden turns around and starts walking towards the front door after they finish their conversation, and he just looks back enough. We'll be back for our tea. I can't wait. And he walks out the front door.
You see him about to, like, interject. He puts his finger up like you weren't invited type of thing, but...
But then he's like, did that guy just threaten to have tea with me? And then he questions himself.
So, yeah, when they're heading back, does the guard follow them?
He does not, actually. He just waves towards you. You know the way.
He's probably busy clearing those sick peasants from the property.
Yeah. Yeah, on the kind of way, once we're like out of sight of the guard and stuff, well, the fellows seem to be genuine. Bit of a surprise, to be honest. I figured the top dog would have something to do with that.
He's a bit of a weasel.
Yeah.
They all are. But I
That's a
trust
noble
your
for you.
judgment. Well, this sheriff sounds like a promising thing to investigate, and there's always just... I don't know how many people will be at a tavern at a time like this, but that's always a good source of rumors.
I was thinking
Stories.
the temple.
Hmm?
The temple of Meditele.
Hmm.
People go there, especially in times like this, finding solace.
Suppose so. Aye.
Well, if you find anyone who you think would be willing to talk and who might have been around, I really do think asking about those girls might
Sorry,
lead
I
us
think
to
the
the right
temple
man.
meant-
Yes, probably right. I don't see much else choice. Although, a sheriff, that makes sense. Of anyone
say
who
we-
may be able to lock the girls up.
I say we try the sheriff first, and then if that's expended, then we start fanning out to taverns and temples and all sorts of other places.
Fair enough. Hey, sounds good. Oh, I'll be glad to have some good drinks after this is done without the worry of catching the pox.
Where exactly would they be able to find the sheriff?
The constable door.
Constable. Yeah.
Okay.
So you walk into town and you're looking around, and it's pretty clear that that's what that building is. There's a sign hanging with bars painted on it. As most places in the north, writing is not so much of a thing. And so that would indicate that that is probably the jail. And you head toward it.
Yeah, it's probably mostly just the more expensive places and stuff that, and those signs that actually say things. Otherwise, it's like people getting Chinese tattoos. They don't know what it actually means.
You walk in. It's well past night now, or well past sunset. You see two guards sitting on a bench and another man at a table. There's a lone torch burning. They all look up. And the man, not in full armor, stands up and makes his way to you. You're the ones causing all the ruckus, huh?
Are
Well,
you the constable? And Vaden just looks at him and doesn't answer his question, just asks his own. Are you the constable?
Yes, and you're obviously the Witcher who's been causing so much panic in the streets.
It is not my fault if these people are superstitious and afraid. I need to know who here has the title of Lion, the name, nickname, self-given title. Anything of this sort goes by Lion.
He blinks as he looks at you. I have no clue what you are speaking of.
Yeah, Samus is washing his ass.
Yeah, you can do a human perception roll, everyone, if they wish.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna try it.
I don't know what you... I don't know anything about that.
Dryden, he knows enough to know to look to Zavis when he says he has no clue who that is.
Yeah, definitely keeping a close eye on him.
I look to Zavis to see, his facial expression.
Savis's eyes are quite keen on the man as he kind of reacts to your broaching the subject, and he kind of, when he sees you like very clearly look at him, he kind of gives you eyes and kind of lowers them like it's fine,
Dryden turns back around to him. Is there anyone here who knows anything else about possible nickname of the Lion?
Or perhaps someone who looks like a lion. You know how some people just kind of look like an animal?
Or their name's Leo, or they've got a tattoo.
The only tattoos I know of in town are the local whores. As far as anyone looking like a lion, well, Mike thinks for a minute. No, I'm drawing a blank. Who are you looking for?
We're looking for someone who has the description of a lion. We have business with them. Though, what kind of tattoos do the local whores have? Are they all similar?
Oh no, they're everything you can think of, from birds to snakes to, well, you wouldn't even want to know. It's quite
I didn't know you already
preposterous.
sound fairly intimate with them.
Well, I'm a man.
Does someone run the horse?
Oh no, we are not big enough for such a thing. It's usually housewives that run out on their husband to make a little extra coin on the side.
Well then. How long have you been constable here?
Only 6 months, and it has been an interesting last few days. I was a veteran in the wars and came here and thought I would settle down in an easy job. Didn't expect half the people to be sick and dying.
Did you take someone else's place?
Oh yes, a man. He left. I can't even recall his name. They were without the constable for a while. He took off somewhere. Who knows?
Did they leave because of the Red Withering?
Oh no, this was 6 months ago, lass.
How long has the Red Withering been here?
Well, just a few days.
Doesn't right match up with things, does it? I'm a doctor, so I'm here to also help with the Red Withering.
Well, that's wonderful.
Finding this individual that has some sort of semblance to a lion is part of the endeavor.
I don't quite understand. What does a lion have to do with any of this?
Well, we were...
Good, Doc.
Your understanding makes no difference. Simply know that we are looking for someone. And then he turns to the guards. What of you two? Do you know this lion? This person who looks like a lion or has the title of the lion? Speak up.
Their helms just kind of turn towards each other, and then they just shake. But as you're questioning them, you hear this rattle coming from the cell next to you, and a man presses his face up against it.
You want to know about the lion? Oh.
Right, immediately his head spins around and he walks right up to the bars. And how close is he to the bars?
He's sticking his face into them, basically.
So he walks up and he grabs him by the collar and pulls him up against the bars. What do you know about the lion?
I know that he is our savior.
The sheriff takes a blackjack out and just thumps the guy on the head, and he falls backwards. Oh, don't worry about him. He's a lunatic. Came from out of town. Fool. Would say anything.
Well, where'd he come from?
I don't know. Showed up one day, harassing the people, kind of like this one. Monster Dryden.
Interesting.
First thing I've heard of a lion, though, from him. The guy's kind of you're still holding him up, but he's kind of seems a bit woozy.
What was this fellow doing that was causing trouble?
Well, oddly enough, he tried to go into the well, literally
crawl into the well, our drinking water.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense then. You see this lion fellow. Maybe the swords, withering and such. Didn't know what could be going on, but this fellow could have been here to spread it.
He doesn't got the withering that, as far as I know. Doctor can look at him if she wants.
Yes, that was kind of looks ironic. Well,
Irie's going to step up and examine the
Yeah, go ahead and give me a medicine roll. Your class ability medicine will be fine.
Okay, let me bring that.
Dryden tightens his grip around the collar and yanks him closer to the bar so that Irie can get a good look at him.
Yeah, his head just kind of doinks against the bars and rattles, and the sheriff just sits there watching, amused. Yeah, it is true, he does not have the Red Withering.
He seems clear of it. Is there anything else that seems kind of off in terms of like any sort of sickness about him, or?
He's got very, very, very pink eyes. Almost crazed. They're not as like glowing as they are in this image, but they're.
Is it pink as in like irritated or high?
That's a good question. I would say with that medicine roll you could tell. It's like someone's eyes would be if they hadn't slept for 2 weeks.
Okay, she's gonna ask him, when's the last time you've had a rest?
He's very woozy from being bashed on the head with the blackjack.
What? She's gonna step away. It's likely this man's not all there in the head.
I see.
Don't need to be a doctor to know that.
The reason being, it doesn't look like he's gotten much sleep. Has he slept at all since he's been here?
Yeah, you're right about that. No, he's been crawled up in the corner, just shaking.
That's not normal.
No, you ain't kidding. We want to just let him go, but we don't know what he'll do, so probably just gonna put a blade in his ribs.
His mind will eventually go, and his body will shut down if he doesn't get any sleep.
And I suppose you could give him to us. You're gonna kill him anyway, and he may have some information we're looking for.
Give him to you? What for?
Track down this lion fellow.
You think this fella is going to be able to help you track down someone else? He can't even track down himself. He doesn't know who he is. Speaks gibberish.
Well, maybe,
I don't know.
she's gonna look over to her comrades and maybe the well. Maybe we should check the well.
I think that's a good idea, but I think killing this man is a very poor one, considering what happened to the last people who looked and acted like this man after they died.
What are you talking about?
I don't want to speak out of turn. I'm not the doctor.
We had an encounter. There's a reason why I have so many guarding me. And we encountered some individuals who had similar afflictions.
Huh. Well, I still don't want to let him go. It's a danger to everyone.
Hey, well, listen. We've got a witcher. Pretty sure I have some manacles around here, as he kind of, like, pulls his pack over his shoulder. What you say, you just, toss him our way. You don't have to dirty a blade. We'll keep him chained up. try and get what we can out of him and take care of him for you when it's...
Can't we just do it here?
Yeah, if you want to question him, fine. I don't have a problem with that, but doesn't look like you're getting anything out of him.
I think maybe the well might be the right place to go.
Perhaps, but rats often scurry back to their holes when let out. They get loose from a trap, don't they?
Well, we already know he was trying to go down the well. We could just go down it ourselves without putting other people in
No
danger.
one's going down the damn well.
As the doctor, I think I need to investigate every possibility of where this Red Withering is coming from. If it's coming from your well, you would want to know, correct?
If you go down the well, you're going to die. And you're going to
Why-
contaminate our water supply regardless.
Why would I die?
Why would you die? It's a hole with water in it, you're drowned.
There's such a thing as a rope.
We'll take our precautions. And this wouldn't be the first time an illness was caused by bad water.
Do you have a point?
Fine.
Then just toss him our way, we'll check out the well for you, solve your problem, and you don't have to worry anymore about it.
If that is what you want, fine. Walks over to the cell, pulls a big set of keys off. One huge key, puts in the lock and turns it. Click.
Ari's eyes go a little bit wide. She was not expecting this.
Take this fruiter off my hands.
Aye. Thank you.
Raiden?
And as the gate gets unlocked, Dryden just still, through all this, holding on to this man against the gate. And he just pulls on his collar to open the gate up with his body.
Mm-hmm.
And after he pulls the gate open, he lets go so that he falls out into the hall.
Yeah, he kind of crumples to the ground a bit, on his hands and knees. Ugh. Oh, God. Ugh. Phaedron just kind of pushes him over with his foot. Get him out of here, then.
I do think we should have him restrained.
Oh, I am sure I have some manacles somewhere around here. He rummages through his pack to grab some.
Yeah, you can, if you have manacles, you can lock him up.
I'm pretty sure I got some. I'll check.
If not, he'll give you some rope to secure him.
Yeah, he'd ask for that at the least if he can't find the manacle.
Yeah, you're able to
Oh.
secure his arms behind his back, regardless.
Yeah. That drags a lot of people by ropes, man. It wasn't intentional at first, but now it's like I can't tell any. I'm not
It's
sure if
handy,
Savage
though.
can tell anymore. Yeah, it's useful.
Well, Devil tie him up.
Nice.
All right, we're gonna head over to the well, and you can tell us all about it on the way.
He just
That
kind
was
of
cool.
grumbles.
Kind of picks him up a bit, kind of pulls him along.
You head to the well, leaving the jail. Find this well. It is dark out. Not as it is depicted here. The well is a simple well with a bucket and a rope that can be that you turn the crank and lower it into the well. The man with you stumbles in front of you, saying nothing.
Irie kind of looks into the well. Do you know where we might be able to get a torch?
I guess so. But you may want to, keep away from the well, eh?
She takes a step back.
When we get there, I'm gonna find something to secure this guy against, so
Yeah, you
Doesn't-
can tie him up to the post or something.
yeah, something like that.
Davis kind of gets like his really nice shirt. He's got like a doublet on, which actually as he kind of like pulls it off and kind of sets it to the side, there's a weight to it, right? That is unexpected. It looks like a doublet, but it definitely sounds like it has some weight to it as he sets it aside onto his back. All right then. He kind of steps up and alright, why don't you hold it? Well, right then, you hold it.
Do you
And he
get
kinda-
any?
Hmm?
Witcher, do you get any? Do you sense anything about this place that's out of the ordinary? I don't know exactly how Witchers find their monsters and.
And it's almost as if he's not even listening to either of you. His head is cocked just a little bit. And he's turning his head with his eyes kind of slightly closed, with his ear up into the air. And then he straightens up and looks specifically off into one direction.
Huh. He looked like this when we were over near that reservoir before we found the girls.
And he
Can
reaches
he
up.
not hear us?
He reaches up and he grabs a different blade this time, his steel blade, and slowly pulls it out from its sheath. And he stands there continuing to look off in the direction that he's been staring in.
What is it?
Someone approaches. Someone approaches from there. And he points.
Yeah, it was the
Davis-
path that you had just come on.
Davis starts pulling his doublet back on. For
Doesn't it?
fuck's sake.
Just
Try something.
stays ready. Yeah.
You see, after a few moments, a shadow kind of against some lights in the distant background of the town. Oh, what is? Can't quite see the person.
Step forward. Let us see you.
Oh, okay. A woman steps forward with black hair and a black robe tightly fixed around her neck. She carries in her hand a bucket. I'm sorry. Who are you? I'm just here to collect water.
I'm a doctor. These are my bodyguards. We're here investigating the Red Withering.
Oh, I see.
Are you familiar with this man here? And she's pointing to the prisoner.
Looks at him. Looks at you. I've never seen him. Is he okay? He looks perturbed.
Well, he's got an affliction that a trio of girls had. Have you witnessed any sisters? I think they were who came through here at some point.
Oh, sisters? There are several sisters. The priestess of Meletale call themselves sisters. There's a few sisters in town, I think.
No, they were. I think they were blood sisters.
And they were strangers to town, and they were all quite attractive, I think. Young lasses.
Oh, she kind of looks towards the well in her bucket. It's not ringing any, it's not ringing a bell, as they say.
Can I do like a?
I'm just gonna hide
Yeah,
that
you can
up.
do it. You can do a human perception, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. How many human perception rolls?
And once again, Dryden looks back to Zavis.
Yeah.
He's like,
This is
all
why
right,
you're here.
all right, lie detector, little dwarven lie detector.
Devnet will start lowering the bucket. Here, let me get some water while you talk to my friends.
No. Okay, ma'am. Steps out of the way.
Yeah, as she kind of steps out of the way and is talking to Devnet, Zavis kind of repositions himself as thus stretching and like just moving a bit. But he's kind of like positioning himself on the other side of her from the well, or the way she had come from, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And like Dryden is kind of watching as he does this, and then there's this moment once he's like well on the other side of her. There's just the eyes over to Dryden, and then he moves them very swiftly over to her. And I just say, okay then.
We're also looking for someone who bears resemblance to a lion, or perhaps somebody calls them that. Are you familiar with this?
A lion? No. I'm afraid I don't. I'm sorry. Excuse me, I really must be back. The priestesses will want their water soon. I am only an initiative. Could you please? She walks forward and tries to begin to man the crank to get the water.
I've got it. I've got it, lass.
Well, thank you. May I have the water?
Oira, you wanna take a let's take a look at the water and just make sure it looks the way it should, although it's dark out. See if we can see anything.
Would there be any sort of potent smell to it, or would it look murky? Like, what can Irie kind of tell anything?
Yeah, give me a medicine roll.
Do you want me to just do like the
that's
regular?
Fine. Mm-hmm.
First aid?
Just do your profession.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She's kind of doing that. Zavis is kind of, positioned in that way, still kind of off to the side. Hey, best be careful. You never know. Murky waters can hide stuff.
Yes.
And Dryden, seeing Zavis kind of positioning himself in between her and her way out of there, and the others stalling for time, just looks back at her. Let's make sure that he looks over at the other guy to make sure that he's bound properly, or he's not going anywhere. And then he walks up to her and grabs her by the collar.
Ah! What is this?
What happened to these sisters? What happened to them?
Who are you? Why are you doing this?
We are trying to get rid of the scourge that comes across this land, and it is partly because of these sisters. If you know something, you need to tell us. You need to tell us now.
Give me an intimidation roll.
Ugh.
I like how Zavis is like, I'm going to watch people, I'm going to read them. When we need someone to be nice with, right? I'm good.
Will.
But then it's like, all right, this is time for intimidation. Go, Dryden. It's like the one thing he's not good at, because he doesn't like being mean to people.
Yeah, Dev's been watching Zav, and if this seems like what he's been,
he was
going for,
definitely
she's
signaling that this is, keep an eye on her, basically.
Yeah, she kind of. Oh, fine. I'll tell you. Don't hurt me. I was told never to speak of them ever.
Tell us what you know.
I know that they came here and each became initiates of Meletile. I did not know them long. I've only been here a few weeks, and they were here before me, and then they fled. They're
When did they flee?
apostates.
When?
Weeks ago.
Who's in charge at the temple?
The priestess isn't. There's a priest as well, Father Aladdin.
Now, why
That
were
was
you
kind of-
told not to speak of it?
I was told by the priestesses because they said that they did not want people to know that the girls had abandoned the faith.
Something terrible happened to them at the temple, girl.
What do you mean?
See
They
this
were-
man over here?
Say that again.
See this man over here? What?
Yes, he looks quite perturbed.
It's a very similar fate that the girls suffered.
Something or someone at the temple drove them mad, and more than mad. I think you're in danger there. Don't tell me you haven't felt it.
I have nowhere to go. And you guys, I'm doing a bad job of inflecting it in her voice, but she has a slight accent that's a little foreign.
Yeah, would that be something that Irie would have heard in her travels at all?
Yeah, I imagine Zavis knows a lot of people. And particularly does have a grudge with most people from the south. So.
Yeah, if you had to guess, she has a slight Nilfgaardian accent.
About what I figured. Yeah. Yeah, Zavis, his demeanor shifts a little bit. As it becomes like more and more clear that that's definitely what it is. And he kind of approaches more, and then kind of like places a hand, kind of signals for Dryden to kind of let her down a bit.
And Dryden looks at Zavis as Zavis kind of gives him the eye and a slight wave of the hand to let him down, and he looks back at her and begrudgingly just kind of lets her go.
She falls like a sack of potatoes. I meant no harm. I am sorry. I only know what I am told, and I've told to worship Meletele, and they are Meletele's words. How can I go against those that channel Meletele's essence here in the world?
Yeah, Zavis kind of leans, only slightly, of course, and like kind of places a hand on her shoulder. It'll be all right, lass. But it is important. What happened to those lasses was nearly good. Something's going on. This priest he told me about. Where's he from?
Well, I don't know. I think he's from near here, or no one has ever told me where he's from. He is a Nordling.
And you've never noticed anything off with the folk here? Nothing strange.
The only thing I know that is strange is that we have a male priest.
Does he have like long hair?
Oh, a bit long, I suppose.
What is his name?
Alandrin.
Oh, that's right. Does he bear any markings? What is the symbol of Meletele?
Meletele is the goddess of fertility. It is a little idol. I do not know much about it yet, as I'm only an initiative attempting to understand more of the North and these gods of yours.
It's represented by, what is it? A young woman, a pregnant woman, and an old woman.
Yes, that is it.
Well, it does
Not much
seem a
for
little
that.
strange that a priest would be among
It
the
is not unheard
wounded.
of. I heard of it before, but yes, seems a little odd.
I think the water is fine, and it might have been an act of a crazed individual going down the well, so perhaps we need to pay the temple a visit.
I'd say that's more than warranted.
I don't know if that is wise,
Why is that?
because they do not. I do not believe they allow visitors at night, and if I am to take you there, I will be punished. I will be
I'm a
scrubbing the
doctor.
changer pot all day.
Well, then you don't have to take us. We can go there ourselves. I'm a doctor, and perhaps that can warrant us entry.
Hey, Zavis, give me a crafting roll.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Crafting. I like this. Zavis, the dwarf that does not make things. Other than love.
So you're talking, and quite suddenly, this man has the rope off his wrist, and he lunges for the girl. Shut your mouth, whore! I'll let you guys attempt to.
Yeah, Zavis had a hand on her shoulder. He's gonna punch the dude in the face. I imagine he's like lunging towards her, so like right into his, like Zavis is like.
Yeah, everybody do who's trying to interfere in some way. Just do a let's see.
Initiative.
No. What would that be?
Is it so that you're not like caught off guard kind of thing?
Yeah.
Awareness?
So like awareness?
Awareness is fine. Let's do awareness. I'll do it against his.
And what's that under? Intelligence?
Yeah. Ori and Dryden, you're able to move in time to do whatever you want to do.
Immediately, as soon as he lunges for her, Dryden puts his hand out, his left hand, and there's like a crackle of energy around his hand as he shoots out an axie.
Mm-hmm. One sec. Axie.
It's the Daisy mind decontrol-y one.
Yeah. I was trying to see if I had something set for that, but I don't. One second. Let's do this. You hear this crackling, and then all of a sudden, the guy. Go ahead. Yeah, actually, go ahead and roll it off your
Okay.
token.
I'm going to put in three stamina into it.
Okay. And then resist magic. That's what I thought. Okay. Let's will. Go ahead and give me a spellcasting roll.
Or is it a
What's that
hex
under?
roll? It's a hex weaving roll, actually. It's under will. Nah, that wouldn't be it. Hold on. What the hell is the roll for that?
I think it just automatically goes off.
No, but I'm just trying to see what the difficulty is.
Yeah.
Make a stun save at -1 for every 2 points of additional.
So it's a normal stun save then.
-2.
You put 3 points in, right?
Yes, so it's -2.
Yeah.
I'll have to look that up, but I'm
Think
not gonna do it
about
now.
Stun save stuff, yeah.
Because why is the defense resist magic then?
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah, I don't quite understand how that works.
Basic settings.
At a base of 10, you're often aware magic is affecting you. This is not. That's not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that does make sense. Let me find a couple of things. What is the resist will? Right? It's resist magic.
Yeah, it says for defending against magic, the magic must be countered by a resist magic check. Okay, but
At what level?
But it's a stun save,
Sorry.
yeah. So it's like
well, it's like I think
because the Witcher signs don't have any attack stat, essentially. Oh wait,
using Axie for
instead of-
persuasion. Roll spell cast.
Uh,
Yep, you
yeah.
roll spell casting. Yeah.
Yeah, so it is a spellcasting roll to use sign.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's like a two-step thing, right? He gets to
So,
try
yeah.
to resist magic, and then you do the stun thing afterwards if it's successful. And so I'll give you back your stamina there. But you attempt to corrupt his mind and keep him stunned, but there's something wrong with him, and he just kind of pushes it away. Or you can attempt to stop him too if you want.
She's going to try and like grab at whatever his clothing is to kind of yank him away.
Give me a brawling roll. Don't forget to use luck if you want.
Yeah, she'll probably need to use that. Okay, where is the brawling?
It's under, I think, reflexes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
then she'll definitely need some help.
Good. Are you ready?
And
what
modifier.
Yeah, modifier is the amount of luck you use.
Okay, yeah, then it'll be 1.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
You're picking some things
Oh,
up.
no.
Oh, the one time!
He rushes,
Man.
and as Dryden attempts to stun him, and Oiri almost grabs him. She actually grabs him by the arm, and he pushes past and just shoves this girl, and she topples down into the well. Boom!
Oh, no.
You hear as her head hits against the side and kerplunk eventually.
Yeah,
Dryden.
Travis, is basically going to hop on the bucket and go down, presuming that these ones will deal with this.
Yeah, his back is facing like Dryden and Devinett. He's totally defenseless.
Yeah, so Zavis, basically rides the bucket down the well after, kind of hands and feet to the side a bit to kind of slow his descent down and try and get her up before she like just drowns.
What the rest of you do?
I'll say, you've got this, Dryden. And just kind of assuming he does, I'm going to go and grab the handle because I don't want Zab to go zipping down the well.
Yeah. He's gonna have fucking like burns on his hands from going down the side and stuff. It's a good thing he wears gloves.
And Dryden, he kicks the man till forces him basically down to his knees, and then uses his steel sword to put it into his back.
Kind of arches back as you impale him, and then slides forward off your blade onto the edge of the well.
And Dryden pulls his blade out and gives it a flick to get the blood off of it, wipes it clean and puts it back in its sheath. Then he walks up to the edge of the well. "Are you okay down there?" And he yells down.
Is he?
Zavis is fine. He goes down. It's super dark, and you get to the bottom where the bucket is kind of on top of something. You're assuming it's the girl.
He kind of tries to get her as best he can, kind of like over his shoulder, and gets like a leg through the through the top part of the bucket, and like basically once he has her like up on himself, essentially he's gonna like wrap his right arm so that the rope is kind of around it, so that as it pulls up, like he won't like the bucket won't snap off or anything.
Yeah,
right?
you're able to secure her and yourself, and Devnet is struggling to get the pair of you up, probably, but with some help from Dryden.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah, it's probably about the time Dryden calls, and he's like, "Yeah, pull me up."
Yeah, you get to the top with this girl from the south.
And he kind of like pushes her off towards Irie, for Irie to take her and like figure out what's wrong. Make sure she's
Irie's
okay.
going to immediately try to, look her over. Is she breathing? What kind of injury did she sustain?
She is breathing, just barely, as you quickly look her over in the darkness, which is not helping anything. You run your hands over her head, and she has a very, very bad head injury, a cracked skull, and other minor injuries, a couple broken bones here and there, but you were mostly focused on her very, very badly injured skull.
She would definitely want to try and help, mend her in some form or fashion. So would
First aid roll, probably, unless you think you have another skill.
Far be it from me to be an opportunist, but maybe we can take this poor injured girl back to the temple that we found by the well.
It'd be a better location for helping her.
Oh yeah, maybe a good idea. For fuck's sake, he's like, he's shaking like the water out of his doublet as best he can. Fucking hell! Don't even get this wet. And he kind of as he's like really getting his bearings again up there, he kind of sees that the guy has been run through. Oh, for fuck's sake! Couldn't you just restore them, could you? It's never the easy way, is it?
Dryden just looks at him. How was the water down there? Was it up to your...
nice and cold, aye. Fresh, crisp water, Lovely
Water's
day.
fine.
As you are standing about, talking, you hear a voice. Iris, where are you, girl? Iris, we need that water.
Yeah, Zavis actually kind of calls out, Boy, we need some help over here. This lass has been attacked.
And there's a rushing of footsteps as this... What? What is this?
Well,
Alice!
this fella here attacked her. Fella went mad. Charged at her, pushed her down the well. Managed to get her up. The doctor here's taking a look at her.
We
I
need.
don't suppose you have a good place with some light for us.
What are y'all doing here at the well? It's the middle of the night.
Long story.
Yes, I need to help her. She's in a very bad state. Is there any place we can go right now, and so that I can help this woman?
Oh, by my little eye. They've killed her. And she sprints the other way.
She's alive. All right then.
Well, let's
somebody-
carry her back to the temple anyway. Talk to someone with more sense.
He would have gone for a, like, persuade you to help me thing, but...
it was
or she could run off.
She basically does not walk close enough and does not stay long enough. She just sees a bunch of people standing around who she presumes is dead, and then seeing another person that's dead, and just flees.
Zavis, when you took the bucket down, did you hit the ground or did you hit water?
No, it's a fucking well. What do you think I hit? The fucking sky? Raiden? No, I hit the fucking water.
Well, I happen to know of a well that isn't exactly just a well, but I was wondering if it was cavernous down there.
It's too dark for me to know. I didn't exactly check. I was more worried about getting there.
And Dryden looks over the well. He reaches into his satchel and pulls out a torch, some flint, some steel, and creates a spark until his torch is lit. And then, with a torch in one hand, he steps up on the well. And he grabs the bucket, wraps it around his arm, the rope. If you can do this, little man, I don't think I'll have a problem. And then he steps off and lets gravity do its thing.
Irie sighs.
The bucket screams down and then catches tight. The bucket swings into the side of the well, but Dryden is agile enough to control himself from smashing his head or anything. As he looks around with his torch, he does not see anything out of the ordinary. It's just a vertical well with water.
You done swimming around in there?
And he's just looking all around, holding the torch. And sees nothing, huh?
No, there's...
It's the well.
Well, at least we've, marked that off the possibilities. So,
Hey, let's get her to some light and some, fucking old table, I guess.
I think one way or another we're headed to the temple, right? We know that's the source. I think we've got a good enough excuse now for being there.
Irie, as everything's being discussed, is trying to figure out a way to carry this initiative. She's having a bad time.
Yeah, Zappos is there. He's like, just tell me what the hell to do and I'll do it.
I don't know. We need to carry her somehow. Can you get her feet?
Aye. You want me to just toss her over my shoulder?
If that's more comfortable.
And he just picks her up and throws her over his shoulder. He is actually quite strong.
Irie's going to be very impressed. Oh, slip.
There's
I
some
just heard
massive feedback, yeah. Alright, one second. No, you're fine.
Dryden looks up and yells at the top of the well. Well, is anyone going to help me back up now?
Oh boy.
I don't know. I've suddenly lost. Oh, how do we get him up? He's having.
I think this is one of those toll wells where you pay a toll. It's free to go down, but how many to come up?
I don't have time.
I do not think it is funny. Get me up now.
All right. Although you're even heavier than Savis.
I certainly hope so.
You begin
The amount
to
of steel he carries.
bring him up the well, and you hear something.
Zavis would, he would be lighting the torch as well. Now that he's got her over his shoulder. Like, how do you carry this? And I presume that's when we're like hearing stuff.
You hear two, footsteps behind you. One sec. Again, you're not sure if it is the priestess again or something else, but as you turn and Dryden is halfway up the well, behind you see two men that share something in common with the fella that you had just murdered. Their eyes are red in the darkness. These actually seem to glow. One second. You think they might. So who has torches? Dryden doesn't because he's in the well. Oh no, he does actually.
His officer lit one and handed it to Oiri.
So Irie has the.
Oh, it's not working. Dang. Wow, that's bad.
I definitely have vision. I just don't have light.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't understand. Hold on, man. All right, layer.
It's on the token, yeah.
Should be.
Does the token have players can see?
It should. Let's take a 5-minute break while I figure out what's going on here.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. It's just a glass of water. All this well talks make me thirsty.
Yep. I guess I can mark that off my bucket list.
Fucking shit. Oh my god. I just love sassy little Savis. It's the best. He's so good. He just sits there and makes quips. It's the best. I love it. Bards are so much fun. It's so relaxed. Yeah, I quite like Savis. He's a lot of fun to play. Because there's the points where he's like, all right, this is a situation I can handle, right? And then there's the situations where he's like, you know what? Let's see what the fuck happens. Let's just let's just let him do whatever, and because he's going to anyway.
Right.
So I might as well find out, and then once I understand the situation, I can clean it up.
Sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, in other words.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Oh man, I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be right back.
He handed the torch to Order, right? Yeah. There, that's better. I've got too many scripts going on at once, I think. I give a torch to you, Doc, and Oiri.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, so who was I still basically using the winch to get Dryden up?
I believe you were.
Okay. How close is he to the top?
He's about halfway. You're gonna if you want to get him up, you're gonna have to spend a round to do it. And
right.
To do it quickly, you'll have to do it with some strength involved.
I think we're gonna need him. So.
Yeah. Well, Zavis doesn't have. Zavis gave the torch to Oiri.
Mm-hmm.
He should be the one who winches Dryden up while I shoot at these guys, but he's stronger than me anyway. Anyway, once we hit initiative, I'd probably say, Zab, take the winch and pull out my bow.
Yeah, because Irie and fighting is like, no.
You can throw rocks at him.
We need to get you a crossbow.
Yeah, I need something. She has a dagger. Or no, I think it's just a knife. You know, it is a dagger.
As soon as we get to spend our experience points, or whatever they're called.
Yes.
I'm back.
Get you trained up.
Alright, I think
yeah, she's definitely gonna.
Alright. Zav, you're stronger than me. So when we see these guys coming, I say, take the winch. Because we need to get
He's got the winch!
Oh.
Wait, okay, so...
Not the wench, the winch. I know you're used to hearing the other word.
Oh, I see. That's the misunderstanding then.
Alright, let's go ahead and roll initiative then.
Okay.
Cool.
It should be on your token. You should just be able to click initiative and it should do it for you.
Oh yeah, it's on the token. I'm so used to rolling from sheets, man. Weird having all these fancy... you'd think I'd be used to it by now, but... Oof!
Alright.
I was gonna get the winch. With the wench. At the well.
Alright. Alright. 2 seconds, and I'll have us ready. That. One thing I don't use a lot of is Roll20 Audio Master. I need to for times like this. Alright. Zavis, go ahead.
Yeah, so Zavis, hearing DevNet kind of be like, hey, get the wench. No, wait, wench. No, wait, wit. What? Is like, you best have this. And he kind of runs over to her, it's like not far. And he grabs the winch with the one open arm, essentially, to let her kind of go off and do her thing, and kind of starts cranking with the one arm while he's got the lady on the other.
Give me a physique roll versus a 16 for 1 round, a 9 for 2 rounds.
I don't think I've used any luck this session, so I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah, it's out of body.
yeah, so I'm gonna use my 3 luck on this one. Come on, Zavis, buff boy! Oh, it's so close.
What happened? Sorry. Fixing something.
Yeah, no problem.
You rolled a 15. Okay, so you're cranking Dryden up, and he's getting closer and closer to the top. He could... that's your turn as you crank him up. Dryden, you could probably jump up and out with a athletics roll.
Yeah, he sees. He feels like the cranking become more vigorous as he kind of lurches just a little bit.
He just starts going up really fast.
Yeah, he knows
Buff
something's
dwarf.
going on. So as he gets closer to the top and starts getting closer to where he can kind of jump and grab the edge and fling himself out, he attempts to do that.
Okay. Give me an athletics against a 12.
Okay. And that's under dexterity, body.
I believe athletics is out of reflexes. It's either dexterity or reflexes, one of the two. Yeah, it's out of dexterity.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Yep. So how do you like climb out of there, hop out of there?
So as he feels the speed picking up, and he kind of overheard DevNet saying, "Zavis, get him up here." He knows something's happening. So as he gets just close enough, he reaches up and kind of pulls himself up and his legs onto the edge of the whale, almost kind of like he's in a leapfrog position. He has the torch in one hand, and he immediately reaches back and grabs his steel sword and pulls it off his back as he's still there, crouched on the ledge of the well.
Yep, so that'd be your move action and your normal action to draw. And I believe it's my turn. Let me see.
I think it's Deb's
Oh,
next.
you're right. It is. Yep. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna aim at the one closest to me and try to hit him. Now it's dark, so am I taking some negatives?
They're in your light, so I think
Okay.
no negatives at this point.
Okay.
Now you can do one thing about this system is you can do a fast attack, which you can shoot twice, or you can do a strong attack. The difference is strong attacks do give you a penalty, but you hit for more damage. It's really what it boils down to.
Okay. I'm gonna try a strong attack then.
Okay.
So, no extra action. Strong strike. Okay.
Yep.
And we're just close.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Ouch! Oh no, that was just the target location.
That's the target.
Okay.
Yeah, 21. Yeah, that's actually very good because that's a head hit.
Yeah, 3 times the damage.
Yeah.
If I get him.
Yeah, 1 second. Just whisper you Dryden. So dodging an arrow. How does that work? Sorry.
No problem.
I don't think you can really dodge arrows.
There's some.
I think there's a. Yeah, I'm pretty confident there is.
I think it's very difficult.
Double damage with the bow for strong. Although bows actually can only fire once, even if making faster. So
Oh, okay.
it's just the strong strike deals double.
Mm-hmm.
And crossbow.
Dodging
can't
attacks and
do either.
missiles.
Right, be it.
So, yeah, he gets a chance to dodge. This is the Witcher, so. Okay.
Oh.
Does not matter. That is by 6. I think crit is 7.
I believe that's what it was.
I believe it's crit is 7.
Yeah, beat by 7, yeah.
So, but you still strong attack, which is so this is going to
Double.
kill him.
Yeah.
So
Double at least.
double, and then so strong attack is double, is it?
Well, it's strong attack for double with the bow.
So double, and then times 3. So, how does that look?
Man.
All right, so just as soon as Zavis grabs the winch, she doesn't even really look to see that he grabs it. She just has faith that he is. She pulls out the bow, lines up the arrow, pulls back on the string, you know, much with a lot of tension. Steadies herself for a minute against that tension, aims, and then lets go, and it just takes the guy right in the eye, and that arrow comes out the other side of his head.
Yeah, it hits him so clean that he was beginning to run forward, and his legs actually move him forward until, like, his brain shuts off, and he just face plants in front of you. Oiri, you are up.
Alright, oh, good. So, Dryden's out of the well now, right?
Yes, he is.
Don't
Don't have to be a hero.
No, she's definitely not. She's actually going to get out of the way of Zavis so that he doesn't have to, you know, maneuver himself around her. And probably go to, like, behind Zavis, so that she's also not in the way of Dryden.
Yeah, you can move anywhere you want.
Yeah, to about right there. And then she is going to lob her torch to kind of be between them and the corrupted man, so that they have light kind of around this area.
Okay. Sure. I think you can do that. Let me, Is that about where you wanted it? Want it further?
No, not that close to the guy, but yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay.
Oh, cool. All right, do I need to make any sort of?
Nah. Nope.
Awesome. So yeah, that's my.
Yep. So now you have a good view, and you actually, that is a good thing you did that, because now you kind of see more men lurking.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Davis's guy's work cut out for him.
This fella rushes DevNet and charges. So he uses a full round charge action, and he does a strong attack. And what the heck? Oh yeah, he has a I believe an axe in his hand. He swings it wildly down at her. There we go. Strong.
All right. I'm gonna dodge, obviously.
Okay. There's a 12. Oh, a fumble. Roll your roll your crit plus fumble button.
Okay.
Okay, so it's you actually still succeeded.
I thought he rolled a 12.
Yeah, so she got an 11.
Yeah, she got an 11. So he rolled a 12. She rolled a fumble, but when you do that, she subtracts the 5 from the 16.
So
Yeah, we should leave her at 11.
Yeah, I said she succeeded. Yeah.
What?
She
To
still.
dodge a 12?
Oh,
yeah, he rolled a 12.
Oh, okay.
He hit.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Duh. All right. So he hits.
Sorry, I just.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, no.
No, you're fine. So that hit.
So you can't roll luck or anything to reroll? Or
No, you have to add it to your roll, yeah.
Okay.
So his damage is 12. Do you have any armor on your leg?
Yeah, I do. I do have armor. I'm gonna have to look at the character sheet. Hold on. I don't know where anything is on this sheet anymore.
It's like,
so-
it's in the gear.
Yeah.
But it's in the leg.
there
so
we
it's
go.
Only gonna do half damage
Yep.
anyhow.
Yep. We subtract the SP, then we do the division, so.
Okay. I've got 3 in the leg.
Okay, so that'd be 9, so half rounded up 4.
Okay.
So he swings down, and it hits you above the kneecap, drawing blood. But that's a full round action for him. I'm gonna do this for you guys, so we can keep track. Just do like a pink for him. Alright, now I'm gonna roll initiative for these other guys. Zavis, you're up.
Yeah, he kind of slips the woman down off his shoulder and kind of pulls out his knuckles and he's gonna go for this dude. Is attacking his friend. Forgot I don't have to open my sheet.
That's the whole point.
So nice. Yeah, so he kind of slips the knuckles on and comes a swinging at this dude. I'll do fast. Not gonna do any targets this time. Ooh, tasty.
Wow. So he's gonna spend a. He's gonna try to dodge by spending a stamina. Nope. A normal hit.
Nice.
So damage.
Nice. Oh, hit to the
was-
head, so it's gonna be 39.
Alright, first we subtract SP. He doesn't have anything on the head.
Oh, yeah.
So 39, you say?
Well, yeah, 13 times 3.
Yeah. How do you bash his head in?
Yeah, so Zavis kind of slips the lady off his shoulder and kind of like the left hand kind of pulls the knuckles on, and like as soon as they're on, he goes for that like twisting uppercut, the full nice body rotation, just straight right up into the chin, and there's like this loud popping crunching sound as some teeth dribble down over his lips, and it's like gut-wrenching noise, right? As he yeah, exactly, they all are, as he just goes like a good half foot back and topples.
So that was your second action, so that's -3 to stamina. And
Oh, so it was an action letting the lady down? Yeah.
No, it was an action to get Dryden up. This is your second action in the turn, right?
Huh? He got Dryden up last turn, or because Dryden hopped up at the.
No, the turn's not over yet. You guys can keep going, right? And this.
Huh?
Okay. You can use stamina for secondary actions.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Is that? Are you?
I was
done with your
confused because
turn?
it went back up to the top of the turn order.
Yeah, but you can. That's fine. Here, just say it's the start of the next turn. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I just didn't realize it was. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, either way, he doesn't mind the stamina. He's got like fucking boss stamina because he's buff as hell.
It's fine.
But yeah, so he goes for this guy. Let me see.
So you moved and attacked, so...
Mm-hmm. So extra action. You can do one extra. And I know there's a charge, right?
There is, but it's a 4-round action.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to like kind of do that and basically just ready himself there to like catch anyone that comes by, pretty much.
Sure. Yeah, you can do it at any time, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Dryden, you're up.
Yeah, Dryden, as he, popped up on the whale, he gives a little hop off of it and starts walking forward. As he's walking forward, he sees, Devnet loose her bow, and he just continues walking it. The man that she shot at falls, and he continues walking and sees Zavis come and punch this guy in the head and knock him to the ground, and he just continues walking, and he drops his torch right about here. And as he drops his torch, can he make a charge from here?
Yeah, you actually could, because movement is just, you can move your speed just automatically.
Okay, and he's going to charge this one over here that he sees.
Yeah, I think you could have charged from your original position. It's fine. Yeah, good.
And then he charges in here.
So that would be a strong strike. Nope, hits him. Oh man, 20 damage. Holy smokes. So you hit him in the torso, looks like. Okay. He is wearing what?
And it's armor piercing as well.
What does that do? It's still a lot of damage. It's 17 damage. Not enough for a critical. Person negates the damage resistance. Yeah, it doesn't have any damage resistance. Improved armor is not. Yeah. So you just slice the guy across the stomach, and he like almost falls over, but he's wobbling, but not knocked over yet or defeated. Devnet, you're up.
Alright, well, I think she might need to move forward a little bit to see this guy, or is he in clear enough view she can get a shot up?
He would have a little bit of a cover there from
right.
darkness and where he is, yeah.
I'll just take some movement. And I think from there she could...
You could shoot him from there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, not quite as good this time, but this was another strong attack.
Okay, that's a hit in the leg. He has 3 in the leg, so it's 11 damage times 2. So, no, actually, I'm just trying to remember the order of operations here. I think it's, so it goes like so. 14 minus 3, 11, and then halved, so 5 times 2, so you hit him for 10.
10, okay.
So you shoot this guy directly in the leg, and he's just... But not the greatest shot, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Yeah. Ori.
Alright, I think Irie is going to go and pick the torch back up.
Okay.
And then she's gonna throw it. She's gonna throw that around that area.
Hey, that's helpful.
Yeah, and just because she saw that it kind of revealed other corrupted men, so that's her whole goal there.
Okay.
Where is does Dryden still have his torch?
I
No.
dropped it.
It's in the-
I dropped it where
Yeah,
you
I
are.
tried. Yeah, because I was just using them both for the same. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there is another torch.
Yeah, I'm gonna light it
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, he's doing it now.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you don't see anybody else, but
She's gonna pick that one up and kind of like hold it more as a way of a weapon, but she's not gonna do anything.
Okay.
And then she's going to take a step out of the way towards here.
okay. Anybody besides Dryden want to act again immediately or anything like that with a second action using stamina?
Should be good.
Can I get another attack off
Yes,
with
you
it?
absolutely can. You can do a. You can do another attack. Yeah.
All right. I guess I would. If this guy charged me, I wouldn't be able to dodge then.
No,
Is
you
that
can.
right?
You can always do a defensive action unless you're out of stamina.
Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Okay. So -3 stamina. And then it'll ask you if it's like an extra action. You would say yes.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So if you're doubling up on a strong attack and a second action, it's going to be -6. Just so you know.
Oh. Okay.
You can do it. Yeah.
So he spends a stamina to dodge.
He dodges.
Yeah, this one just kind of you're a little hurried. It goes over his head. Anybody else? You're done.
That's pretty good.
Okay. And this guy will charge Devnet as she is shooting at him. Swings this axe at your head.
Little bastard.
And he is aiming at the head.
Oh no.
I'm guessing you want to dodge.
Yep. Another fumble.
Another fumble. Roll that fumble. Roll. Oh, that is a good roll. He misses.
It's a hilariously good roll.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get hit in the head, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't have. So he swings, and you were not, like, for some reason, you're just not seen very well in this, like, shadowed light here. And he swings, and it just grazes your ear, and it would actually have hit your ear if they wouldn't have been filed off already.
I like that.
That's wonderful.
The other corrupted man swings at the Raiden with a strong attack.
Okay, so Dryden, he's going to do a forced attempt to defend himself as he comes in with his strike. He tries to block it.
Okay, you do.
It just kind of clinks off of his sword.
Yep. This easily blocks it. Not even a challenge. All right, next round.
Yeah, I guess his service is up, yeah?
That'll help, Zap.
Alright, so the charge. Scroll down. Yeah. Well, actually, I can just move up and attack. Can I?
Yep,
Or-
you can just move. Yeah, you
yeah.
can always move your speed, right?
Yeah, of course. I don't know.
And your
yes.
tokens are a little bit bigger than the squares, but who cares? It's fine.
So he slides up and brings the thunder. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's one. Oh, Zavis, I love you so much. He's so good.
This is what he says to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in his head. He's like,
I
man,
am
you are
so
the best.
amazing. Okay, that one hits for 7. That's going to be a critical.
Yeah. I was hoping. Where's the little thing?
Go ahead and do your second one too.
Second one before I do the crit.
Yeah, go ahead, because you just might
Okay.
kill him outright.
Oh my god.
Cool. The knuckles. The knuckle. Oh yeah.
Alright, let's do the crit real quick. So you're a 7 to the body.
Yeah. Oh. So that's crit fumble. Yeah.
Did you crit? I don't think you did. Okay.
Huh? Well, it was 7 over with the first attack.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's not. So 7 over with the first attack. That's a simple crit. So I want you to go ahead and. Oh crap! It's not out. Hold on.
Oh, that only rolled 1d10.
Yeah, hold on. Click on the GM token there, and there should be a critical table. Go ahead and click on that.
Ah, there we go. Okay. Simple. Nice.
Okay.
Oh no, he's got an infection.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, that infection probably won't do too much because I don't know if he's going to make it that long. But he's got it. He gets the red withering from you, breaking his ribs. Somehow. So, 9
He gets an
damage for
infection.
him.
He had some like red dust on his shirt, and now it's like just like in his guts.
Yeah. So, would you like to go again?
Yeah. He will do the stamina for an extra go, which is -3, right? Oh yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Yeah, it should automatically be factored in if you just do.
And it'll be another fast strike. Well, as he just unleashes a flurry at this guy.
He's going to actually try to block this time. You did hit him for 11 damage to the torso, so another 9 damage.
Nice standard damage. Sweet.
So my 10 plus your how much?
Yeah,
total?
he's hurting bad.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the next part of the fast strike. Bring the thunder, yeah. Come on, where is it? So many things to click through. Oh, this one's pretty low. But it's torso again. Which is good.
There's the
Might be
post.
enough.
So I can try something different.
Ooh, he's mixing it up.
He's gonna try to... He's gonna actually try to parry.
What? Oh yeah, I forgot. What kind of weapons do they have?
He has
They,
an
like, just
axe.
swing in? Oh.
He's gonna try to parry. So... Parry. Oh, critical. Very nice. 15 versus 16. Failure. You hit him.
Aha!
So how does it look as you finally whittle this guy down?
Yeah, he brings in a shot high, shot to the arm, finally lands a nice heavy one in the torso, and then finally just brings up that left, like, right into the kidney, essentially, like, just right in the side, kind of just oofs him, you know, at a pretty heavy angle, and he kind of collapses over on the other one.
After that internal monologue, I'm pretty sure you're kissing your knuckles.
Oh, he loves those fucking things. They're, like,
Dryden.
monogrammed, it's beautiful.
So, after Dryden, he came across and hit this guy in the chest, came down across, slashed his chest. He attempted a weak attack back that Dryden just knocked away. And after he knocks it away, he uses the momentum to bring a fast attack up against him.
Okay. He's also
Nice.
gonna try to parry.
And 23 damage, goddamn sword.
No. Jesus.
Swords, man.
Yeah, how does that kill him? You don't even need to strike twice.
Yep, so as, you know, he knocked the sword away from his weak attack, and he uses the momentum to come up. He comes up across his chest again. Basically, he just made a big X in his chest with those 2 strikes that he had. Opens him up, and he just falls over.
Not a D for Dryden.
And it appears that there are no more people in the streets.
Devnet's breathing pretty heavy, and, well, that looks like all of them. Those bastards at the temple looks like they sent a goon squad after us.
Make sure it's the temple.
Oiri,
Something's going on here. This is mad.
you mind taking a look at my leg?
I, as they're discussing all this, Irie is looking around just to be sure with the torch, you know, that there isn't any more coming, and then she hears Devnet. Oh, you're in. Here, let me take a look at that. And so she goes over.
How good he get you? Fuck's sake.
That's not that bad, but I don't want to be bleeding all over the place.
Fucking hell, I'd certainly hope not. Oh, you get a look at that. Oh, get the loss. He kind of heads over and you see him like wiping down his knuckles and everything and slipping them back into his pockets and stuff. He kind of checks to make sure the girl's still breathing and stuff.
Oh, she is actually not at this point. It's just, she was on death's door anyway, and not looking good.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to really.
So, really, healing is you can't really heal hit points.
Okay.
Unless you spend like the night and then you get your recovery rate.
Yeah.
Fair.
But
Can it be mended to kind
you can't do any. You can do whatever you want, but as far as mechanically go, you wouldn't get any hit points back.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, well,
Yeah,
just
it
flavor-wise.
takes extra
Yeah.
time.
flavor?
Yep.
Yeah, she's gonna. Ira's gonna bandage it up, so that it doesn't get any more like debris or
Yep.
nasty.
Yeah, you never know. You could get the frickin' red pox.
Again.
She already had that.
It'd be terrible.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do? There's nobody seems to be in town at all right now.
I'm
Dryden
tempted
is-
to burn
gonna
that
grab-
temple down.
He's gonna grab the torch off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to have a torch in one hand and his sword still out in the other hand. He's going to go through and he's going to start inspecting the bodies, looking through them, looking for anything they might have on them that might give us any information.
Yes, Evis is going to check out the lady as well, see if there was anything that would, like... Because she seemed genuinely scared, so he's going to make sure she doesn't have any marks that, like, telltale, like she's been, like, beaten or something.
No, you don't find anything on her. Dryden, when you begin to check the bodies, you see something poking up above kind of the neck, something odd around the neckline of the corpse before you.
And he rips the shirt open to take a look at what's poking out there.
It is actually a tattoo of a lion. Very intricately done, actually. And if you go and look at all the bodies, they all have tattoos of lions.
And Dryden, he looks over at Erien. You, girl. Is there any way you can remove this skin? Take this tattoo.
I have a name. And, why would you want to do that?
Well, to show it to people and tell us who created this tattoo.
Suppose I could just do a sketch of it for you, though.
Well, then do a sketch of it, or I'll take the skin myself.
I
Fine.
think the sketch would be better. The human skin is fragile. It's difficult.
It's also not the best to walk around with a sheath of human skin to show people. Trust me, it's not good.
You'd have to take the entire bit of flesh. And then that would rot.
What about their clothes? Are they dressed as acolytes, or is there anything similar about their clothing, or...
Not really. They have padded armor on, but other than that, they're dressed kind of haphazardly. Nothing specific.
What about the
highlight this from the start?
Say that again, Effie, what was that?
What about the initiate? Does she,
She's actually
her
wearing
clothing.
a black dress, which is strange from Melita because they usually wear white. But she's an initiate, so she probably is just wearing what she came with. That would be your assumption.
Okay.
Yeah, Zephyr's had already kind of checked her over and make sure she was, like, fine. She isn't.
She's not fine.
Everything's not okay. But yeah, he kind of, begins talking, I had a bad feeling about this from the start. Something's wrong. I screams cult or something, didn't I? Sounds like somebody's, brainwashing the fellows. But at the same time, he kind of points to the tattoos. It just doesn't make sense.
Look,
Like some sort of spells on them.
those 3 girls of Wyla's, they were temple initiates. It's fairly clear to me that that's the source. This priest, this girl here spoke that it was unusual for there to be a male priest there. This stinks. This temple smells fishy as all.
He must be the one that Wyla said he needs to die in order to get rid of the Red Withering.
She did.
Perhaps.
She did
You
say it
know,
was
though.
a he.
Hey. But this something about this tattoo on these fellas. What the hell would make them go mad like that?
I suppose we'd find out if we meet this priest.
You know, just got a bad feeling there's more to it than that. Something
Well-
far worse.
I'm sure there is a lot we don't know, but I think we do know what direction to turn to. It's the temple. That's the source of all this.
I suppose it is.
I imagine
For now.
if we go there, we're not going to have an easy time to get in, and others like these corpses are going to be about. So how exactly are we going, the four of us, going to infiltrate a temple?
Well, you see, there's times for subterfuge, and there's times to tell the Witcher to go knock down the church door.
I agree, but we may be able to play stupid, like we don't know where these things came from, and take this body back to the temple just to get our foot in the door, or we can loose the beast.
I suppose.
Maybe getting
You certainly
the door
could.
open.
It may work as well. But the last order he ran off, these things followed after. It's unclear whether they came by coincidence or because she had seen it. So
I doubt it was a coincidence, but
right.
so we just need to decide which tack we're going to take.
Well, I don't think they're going to trust us. Honestly,
Of course.
one way or another.
Oh, they're
So
not going to trust us, but they may think that we're stupid and, that they can lure us into a trap.
Maybe we try that, but if they resist, as long as we can get the door open, Dryden can get in.
Hey, fair enough. Alright then. He kind of takes a few steps over and picks the girl up again. Here.
Well,
Kind of hands her off to Divnit. I'll get the sketch. You start getting her over there. It won't take me long.
okay then. Which way was the temple? Then she'll look around and start heading in that direction.
Yeah.
Because I think we had already gotten directions.
Yeah, you can find it. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Davis, in the meanwhile, pulls out his notebook and gets to sketching at a tattoo down.
Dryden, he walks over. Well, if you all done with your talking, what is it we're going to do? Do you want to go into the temple? Let's go into the temple. If you want to do something else, well, let's do that. But standing here and doing nothing gets us nowhere.
Nope, we're headed there. That's what we're doing. I'm already heading in that direction. It's just slow with this girl.
Irie's going to help out with that as best she can.
And Dryden, not even offering to help, turns around and starts walking towards the temple.
Such a nice guy. What's it?
Don't worry about us. We've
got
it.
this.
Yeah, I imagine Zavis is pretty quick with this sketch, so hopefully he'll be able to go help carry the dead woman.
Oh, look, it's a gentleman.
I don't think in any sense of the word.
Almost there. Perfect. You head across the street. You see a faint glow from the temple.
It's a black screen?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
So who had torches?
Irie.
Aryan, I think.
I think
Dryden did as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think so.
You approach the temple. You notice that the light inside goes out as you approach. You clearly see two women standing outside that you recognize. One of them is the priestess who had spotted you. Her back straightens as you approach.
I'm gonna elbow Sav.
Yeah, he's stepping forward. He'd have the girl by now. And he kind of calls out, "Oi! We tried to do it. We could have saved the lass, but those damned fools, those madmen, attacked us. Couldn't they do anything after that?" He's carrying her like in his arms now, not like over his shoulder. Kinda.
You are invited inside. One turns and pushes the door open.
Zavis kind of looks to Raiden. If you would.
And Raiden just steps forward and starts walking towards the open door.
And then he kind of motions for Irie to go after Dryden.
And Irie nods and does that.
If not, you next.
And he
The
just
Bluesers in front and back.
glares and glances at the two women as he walks between them and through the door.
And then Zavis takes up the rear.
Alright, hold on 1 second, guys.
I
Just fucking walks in the door and like either end of the lady gets stuck. It's like a dog
He's
with a stick.
banging.
You gotta like turn sideways.
You see eyes fall on you from each side of the pews, but none of them move on you. Up ahead, you see a light and a man standing there. He has a big, thick beard hanging. He looks unperturbed as Dryden moves forward.
And as I move forward, I stop and I look from the left. I look to the right. I look at the man up on the dais.
Mm-hmm.
I take my sword and I sheath it. And I reach back. I grab my silver blade and pull it out. Still with the torch in my left hand, I take another step forward.
Do you think I am a monster?
Well, honestly, I don't know exactly what it is you are.
You
But-
are appearing to break the coven of Melitele and draw blood in her sacred home?
I will not draw blood if I do not have to draw blood. I will only draw blood if I am forced to.
And what would force you to draw blood, Witcher?
Well, that depends on your actions. Are you the lion?
I am Phaedron Alton, the cleric of this village. If you wish to know my real name, to these my followers, those that I have plucked up out of bondage, yes, they do call me the lion for my beard and my savage nature, but also courage and forethought. I am the lion to my flock.
Well, we have been sent here to meet with you and to take you down off this dais and run this blade through you. We have been told that it is you who is the cause of this scourge in this land, this disease that flows through the waters. You are responsible for this.
No. The curse is responsible for this. I did not curse these lands. I would never do such a thing. The curse was the old woman. I assume she sent you here. Find a witcher to do her bidding? It is unfortunate. I am not the cause of the curse. Kill her, the curse maker, and this curse will certainly fly away.
Zeph is gonna be reading him. If that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Boop, boop.
Yeah, and Raiden turns and glances at Zaphis.
What?
Look at that.
Well, we are surrounded by a bunch of insane zealots
Yeah, they're just
who
watching.
obviously have something wrong with them. So I'm saying that this is not a good guy.
Zavis is more so kind of watching if, I mean, because, like, the thing is, he needs to understand whether this guy, like, believes that the witch is, like, in the wrong here, for one. But he's also about to, like, pry for more information himself, but he has to, like, kind of get started.
What did you roll? 17?
17.
This is the house of Militale, the goddess of fertility, birth, and child rearing.
Oh. Is that what happened with 3 daughters? 3 women that...
They
That were, cast out?
they joined the cult of Militale, and my special cult as well. They were insatiable, but in the end, they did not pass their rituals. They undertook these rituals. They did it freely, as these men did that watch you now. They also
Definitely
failed.
going for... Yeah, definitely going for a read on that one. See what I can get here. He is watching this guy like a fucking hawk.
And as he's talking, Raiden turns and looks at him. Why would the old woman put the curse on? What reason does she have to curse these lands?
Well, she did curse me along with it. She does blame me for the deaths of her daughters. I only helped them to try to ascend to a higher plane of his existence, to be strong and not weak, to be closer to the gods.
You turned them into monsters.
No. Their bodies failed. Isn't it with the witches the same in the trials of grasses? Witches die all the time. It is no different. Do you kill your witcher friends for the deaths of men that fail in this terrible ritual of yours? I think not.
When a witcher fails in the trials, They die. They do not turn into monsters and go on to kill others. They are dead, and that is it.
Well, I think that what they turned into had nothing to do with me at all, but instead of rage. Isn't that a part of turning into such a thing? I do not know. Rage can do many things, and a curse can as well. That they turned into what they turned into has nothing to do with me at all. Perhaps they would go crazed or die. Yes, perhaps. But nothing more. Their bodies failed them. They died together. And this witch has cursed us all. I say, it is not me you should strike down. They all do it willingly. All my special flock.
Zebus kind of pipes up. And so what happens if they decide they want to continue? If they decide to leave?
Well, they have a choice, you see. Before they enter our coven, they do so for life. It is written blood. And if they turn away from that, then they are made example of. But these three, no, that was not their way. They went through this prayer, the prayer of ascension, and none of them were strong enough, unfortunately, the poor girls.
Do I really need to keep rolling at this point for this, or is it
No,
like kind of the same?
Yeah, it's all the same. I mean, from his point of view.
Yeah. But more so the fact that they genuinely tried this.
Yeah.
Thing that he did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Zavis. His face has been growing more and more kind of disgusted with all of it. Like he's been concealing it fairly well. Like he's good at putting a poker face up, but it's kind of beginning to crack a bit. And definitely seen this kind of look on it before, and it's like it's never good. It's like him at that point where he's kind of just fed up with something and tired of it. It's like the look he has when he thinks of the Black Ones, the look he has when he thinks of Redania, and he kind of turns to Drayden and says, Drayden, are they better than the Eternal Flame? Hurry up and end this.
What, are you mad?
I'm with ya. I said you can tell Dev's fingers are getting itchy. Shut the door behind us.
Irie is currently counting how many... Yeah.
Yeah, Zebus carefully sets the body of the girl kind of like there in kind of the kind of hall where he is, and kind of pulls the dusters down onto his hands.
And as soon as Drayden sees Zavis put the woman down and put his knuckles on, he slowly turns back and looks to this guy up on the dais. He sets the torch down in front of him, and he makes a fist with his left hand, steps forward, and attempts an Igni sign.
As you begin to cast Igni, the man on the dais, holding a staff, slams the butt on the ground
and the head of it sparks to life with an electric hiss. You've chose poorly. And,
No!
and the screen fades to black.
Oh, I saw it coming a mile away.
Ah!
I was waiting for that moment.
All right.
I don't think
Top
we
tier
chose
cliffhangers.
poorly.
Oh my gosh.
I think either way we cover our bases, kill